stop obsessing about depersonalization and or derealization. Like the more we obsess about it, the more we get inward focused, when like our focus should be outward. And like, as you put it, like being in the world, we must be immersed in the world and try to live a normal life and try to do the things that you normally do, even if you're not doing them at like full capacity. And that's the key to recovery, is just being like focused outward and not being completely focused inward, like a spotlight is shining on you all the time, or you're constantly thinking about depersonalization and you're constantly trying to get rid of it or trying to get out of it. It almost becomes like a quicksand where the more you struggle to get rid of it, the more you're aware of your struggle, the more you're aware of depersonalization, and it just becomes this vicious cycle. But when you start to accept it and when you let go and you just tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna feel like this like for a while, and maybe I'll eventually get out of it. But until then, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna talk to my friends, even if it feels weird. I'm gonna go grocery shopping, even if the fluorescent light in my supermarket makes me feel weird. I'm just gonna keep doing it. And in a way, that's one of the key things to do. That key things you can do to recover is just be immersed in the world and be outward focused. So like, I found that very interesting that you brought it up as well, because I couldn't agree more about it.
Yeah, I like very much your metaphor of the quicksands. I think it's very telling. It's like
Mhm.
everybody knows, it's like if you fell into quicksands, the worst thing you can do is just start struggling, right?
Yeah,
Because the more
exactly.
movement you do, it's like the more deeper you delve, right? And I think it is precisely my happening with the personalization. So I'm currently writing a paper with some of my colleagues and collaborators, and the title we choose is, because we could try to copy Descartes as like cogito ergo sum,
Right.
I think, therefore I exist. Um, we try to say, I overthink, therefore I'm not, right? So, so the idea would be that if you think too much and you kind of get trapped into your head, then paradoxically you lose the sense of realness of your experiences, right? So everything becomes unreal precisely because well, it's, as people would say, it's academic, it's intellectual, but it's not, it's not embodied, it's
Right.
not in the life, right?
Right.
So, and also that comes, I think it comes because many of the people that I've encountered, that they complain about the personalization, they are highly sensitive and observant people, right? So this is happening with kind of like preparing terrain. So it doesn't happen just to anybody.
Mhm.
It has to be like a terrain that prepares that. And we are talking here about the highly sensitive and observant people, like intelligent, sensitive, and they used to just observe things, and you know also almost like without even realizing, they take that kind of like observer perspective on what is going on the existence, on life, on the self, on suffering, on many meaning of life and other people and society in general. So and that terrain is kind of like prepared, right?
Yep.
But I think when it happens that that kind of that dissociation is like it's deeply rooted and installed. I think we should go back and use the roots that the nature put us at our disposal, which are the invisible, as I said, the invisible basis of our sense of self, which is the body roots, right? We need to go back and use the basic things like movement, because we are a creature that we're designed to move and to move with others, right? So if we don't move, we don't survive, and if we are not with others, we don't survive others. So we are highly dynamic social creatures, right? And whenever we experience like alteration in our psychological and mental life, the natural tendency is just like to sit
Right.
and try to figure out what is going on and to isolate, right? But the thing is, like, the human being is not like a mechanical car, like an engine, right? So what do you do if you have a car which is broken, right? It doesn't work anymore. You stop the car, open and try to fix it, what is going on, and then start
Yeah.
again, right? But that's not what is happening with a biological living creature, because we are all the time on the move. We cannot afford to stop, right? And fix everything, because we are constantly bombarded with information. We are in a flow of information, in a flow life. You have family and you have friends and you have work, you have your body, you have the smells and experiencing. So the flow experience cannot be stopped, right? So I think I think this approach of like, okay, so let's stop now, try to fix whatever the mechanics is go wrong, and then an isolation, because obviously you have to take the car, you know, you know, I can't find the English word. It's like when you fix the car, and then once it's going on, you just like get it back again in the world and on the road, and it will roll, right? As living creatures, sadly, we cannot afford to do that. So we have to somehow learn how to fix ourselves on the fly, right, and dynamically. And this means that we need to use the exactly same tools to actually get better. Namely, we are dynamic creatures, so we need to use movement. And we are social creatures, so this means we need to use interaction with others to get better. As you said, it's like it's crucial to stay in touch with others. It's crucial to stay in touch and to interact with the world in this moment. It's very important. Yeah.
I 100% agree. Um, I was kind of wondering, do you think there's going to be ever a time in the future where there might be like a pill that one can swallow and just be cured of depersonalization or derealization? Is that ever going to be like a magic pill cure or an overnight cure? Um, what are your thoughts and ideas about that?
Um, the quick answer is no. Simply because we know very well, so there's not never going to be a pill that will solve anything in the brain, not just the personalization. Yeah. Uh, so you can take pills to actually deal with some of the symptoms to them though, but it is not going to solve the problem at the roots, right? As soon as you stop taking the pill, the problems will come back.
Mhm.
So I think I'm not saying we shouldn't take pills. I think these are complementary measures that people need to take, prescribed by the doctors and everything. They need to be followed, and they need to be carefully. You can't simply take pills like this. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't think is that easy, sadly, right? But so that's the bad news, right? The good news is that actually that's a good thing, because this means that people can have agency over their own healing, right? So it's not as if there is something like literally just like that module in your brain, it doesn't work, and if you take that pill, it will fix it, and it's like, okay, you're going to get better. No, it's something that you can literally take the matter in your hands, and you realize that it's a web of interaction that you have with your own experiences into the world that make you feel the way you feel, right? And it's not just in the brain, it's also in the body and in the context in which you are. As you said, it's like maybe the lights are not the correct lights, right? Or the emotional environment in which I'm kind of like at work or then family is not optimal, right?
Yeah.
So that has nothing to do with my brain, right? my brain functioning, is the way my brain responds to a certain experience or reality out there, right? And why is this good news? Is because, well, you can remove yourself from that, right? You have agency over that. So I can, if it's something that is related to the way I relate to, let's say, with the lights, I can move into a different room, which I can't if it's something just in my brain, because I can't simply change my brain. Right? In that sense, it's like, okay, I want to shop another one, right? Because this one is not good. So it's not a matter of just in brain or just in environment. What I'm trying to say, it's like a very fine balancing between the two. And we need to keep that in mind all the time, that we are dynamic social creatures, and we need to use those tools to get better whenever we feel that we disconnect from ourselves.